Yo, what's good, everybody? This is EJ,
It's your boy Kenny.
It's Francis. What's the word?
and this is the Banter 3 FC podcast. We're three friends that love the game and love talking all things about football. Let's get into it. So,
Y'all just stop smiling. What is all this?
It's been an absolute fantastic weekend. It really
hey,
has.
France, it's been a great weekend, right?
It really has. It really has.
Hey, tell them boys to give me a call. Tell them to give me a call. How you doing?
And what's really funny? You love how our friend Kenny here donned the blue today in honor of our first game. But
Stop it.
First game of the season, right?
yeah. Like I said, first game of the season. But go ahead, EJ.
No, I'll save my comments.
Oh. All right, so today, the three things we're going to be talking through. One, we're going to review the games of this past weekend from our three clubs. Going to give some transfer updates on what's been moving this week, and I think the transfer going to close the next 3 days, 4 days,
Something like that.
5 days? Yeah, something like
End
that.
of August.
And then we're going to give a look into a peek through into next week's games and give our predictions and things like that. So, without any further ado, since this was the first official game of Chelsea's Premier League season, Francis, let's start with you.
I did say last week that this week is when our season actually starts. And boy, oh boy, did we get off to a good start today. 6-2 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Right off the bat, Noni Madueke, bravo, my son, bravo. Fantastic display today. A hat trick to the end. You could just let me not get too far. It's just one game, but you could see that is what, for me, that's what I call a Chelsea player. Somebody who's that's a special talented dude right there. Not gonna lie. So, great game from him today. Cole Palmer, the guy is just a genius. He is so masterful. He really is. I'll save the little bit negative comment to the end. Nico Jackson, good goal. Great assist for Cole Palmer's goal. But my boy, why are you acting like a dang animal sometimes? Why are you just trying to fight everybody unnecessarily? That's so unneeded. This is where the negativity will start coming in. The midfield today, Enzo and Caicedo, I don't think they had a really good game at all. They were kind of getting their butts handed to them, and the defense, the center backs, Fofana and Colwell, not a good game from them at all. The first half, the defense was absolutely atrocious, literally absolutely atrocious. It was ridiculous to watch, but Enzo Maresca, halftime, made a change, took off Mykhailo Mudryk, who was absolutely dog crap. And I can't even lie about that. And my boy, it might be time. It's early, but you're going to have to be on the bench because Neto came on and he shows why he should be starting. He's probably going to be the starting left winger from now on. Neto came on, did his thing. And, you could just see the complete difference in levels and quality right there when he immediately came on. And then from that point on, we just dominated the whole second half. It was incredible. And then João Felix came on too. He scored in his debut. Happy to see that.
His second debut.
Yes, his second debut. So I'm happy to see that. But overall, oh goodness, it feels good. Technically, we have a loss, but to me, we want to know. But that's fine. Go ahead.
Kenny, go ahead. Go ahead, Kenny. You look like you got something to say.
Me, I always have something to say, EJ. Listen here. Let's not over-exaggerate. I'll start with a positive just like you did.
Mm-hmm.
it was nice seeing Chelsea with some confidence. And this is what we've been talking about with this team. You have a lot of young players. You have a lot of talent. Now it's about piecing all those things together. And I think today was a little microcosm of what could be if you guys just kind of put everything together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we see you have a central piece in Cole Palmer.
Yep.
Now, and we mentioned at the end of last season how Noni was finally showing signs of being able to finish,
Yep.
Do something in the final third.
And even
You
in
see he
preseason
likes
too.
Yep. He likes taking players on.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's all about end product, and that's exactly what he showed today. So this game was more of just potentially what you guys and how dangerous Chelsea could be for teams this season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to your point, defensively, one, I'm not going to put too much on this game because I don't know what Wolves were trying to do. They kept trying to play it out the back. Mm-hmm. You're not that team. They've lost a couple key players, one of them being their best defender, Kilman. Mm-hmm. He was their captain. So I don't know what the thought process is. They were just being way too careless with the football in their own half. So that led to a lot of mistakes, turnovers, and literally Palmer and Sanani rinse, repeat. Like 3 assists.
What a sight!
3 assists to this.
What a
3
sight!
assists to the same player, right? So, so that's why I'm not gonna put too much into this game. But defensively, yeah. Once you guys scored the first goal, Wolves just came and they just kept coming, and it showed you guys weakness in the back. So again, great performance by Chelsea. I wouldn't put too much into it just because it is Wolves. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't expect another game like this, with some better quality opponents. Mm-hmm. But what can you say? You did what you had to do, and now it's about building on that and then fixing that defense. Because you guys were getting exposed. Because the Wolves could have scored a couple more, but then once you guys in the second half, Neto came on, you guys got the fourth goal, especially the fourth. Because I remember we talked at halftime, I was like, yeah, this could be a 3-3 or 4-4 game. So once you got that fourth goal, then it was kind of out of reach. So I'll leave it there.
All right, let me step in. I'm going to start off by giving credit. The guys that did really well today, in my opinion, Cole Palmer, there aren't enough superlatives to give this kid. I think he's a great player. No. I have to give Cole credit because he came from Man City. He wanted to be a player. He wanted to be the main guy on the team, and he got his opportunity, and he's doing it. Whenever he's been doing it all year. Last year at Chelsea, he did it at the Euros. Whenever he got his opportunity at the Euros, he came in. He did what he had to do, and he's just continuing that. So I have to give him credit for that. I think Cole Palmer's a really good player. Noni, you don't support the country that I want you to support, but it's okay. I'm still gonna rock with you, Kenny. You already know.
Exactly.
The Evil Boys were very disappointed in you, but it's all good.
It is what it is.
But he got a hat trick today. I like Noni too. I think he's a pretty good player. Even back when he was on, I think it was PSV. Arsenal played against him in the Europa a few years back, and he looked really dangerous. Either Europa or first year in Champions League. I can't really remember, but he looked really, really dangerous, and I remember him, and I always thought he was a pretty solid player, and he showed that today. 3 chances, 3 goals. Can't ask for nothing more. Got to give a little bit of credit to Nicholas Jackson. I know I'm very harsh on him, but it's mostly because of what you have to say about him.
It's not going to even get into this right now.
Well, no, we will get into that. We will get into it. But he scored. He got an assist. The link-up play was pretty good, so I got to give him credit there. Now, let's really get into it. For me, I'm kind of Oh, sorry. Pedro Neto got an assist on his debut. Shout out to him. João Felix. I like João Felix. I'm very surprised he decided to go back to Chelsea. I thought he would choose somewhere else, but
He loves
he's a good
London.
player. And yeah. Anyways, like I was trying to say, that's that. Now let's get into it. I was really trying to decipher today whether this was a good Chelsea or a terrible Wolves. Because in the first half, it looked like Wolves could have scored 3-4. And just like Kenny said, it wasn't until that fourth goal that you guys scored that really destroyed their hopes. Because prior to that, they had opportunities. They hit the crossbar. Cunha could have had 2, maybe 3. That dude Larson that they signed on loan, he looks really good. He could have had 2 or 3 himself. And even the goal that they called off sides for
Lamina?
I think it was Lamina. That was a
bullet.
rocket.
That was a bullet.
Bullet. So I'm gonna give the credit to the players that performed today, but still I have some hesitancy of feeling this is the real Chelsea, because just as I told you a few years ago, when we were in our build up stage of acquiring a bunch of young talents and growing and all that stuff, with young players and lack of leadership, on field leadership, comes inconsistencies in performances. So you guys had a good performance against City last week, but you lost. You had a good performance at times today, and you won. Who do you have next?
Crystal Palace.
Let's see if you guys can continue to keep that consistency, because that's where the issue is with young players.
Yeah.
Consistency. So I want to say it's a good Chelsea, but I don't want to say it's a good Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? I have
Wait and see.
I gotta wait and see before
And
I
that's
give
respectable.
So
I respect that, I have no problem.
that's my thoughts on it.
I
That's my thoughts on it.
just have one last thing to say. I don't know if you guys know about this. I guess the night before the game yesterday, Noni had posted on his IG
Yeah,
everything
so-
about
yeah.
Wolverhampton is S basically. My boy came out and stood on business, straight up.
He did.
So full respect to
10
my
toes
boy.
down.
That's
10
all.
toes down.
That's
10 toes
start
down.
him. That's my right winger.
No, and his finishing, that was with 2 goals with his right, 1 with the left.
Yes.
I think the one with the left was deflected, but I'm gonna give him credit for taking
Yeah,
it.
it was.
Yeah.
It was.
We'll take it. But yeah.
All right.
Next.
Do you want to go or shall I?
No, I don't.
Let's stay positive.
No, because by the time he's done, it's gonna piss me off.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Manchester United. I'll make this very, very quick. As I said on last week's episode, goals change games. And this was an example of that. We started off the game very well. Link-up play was great. Mason Mount, who you guys all know I don't care for, was actually playing well. Looks like he picked up a knock at halftime. I thought
Who?
it was just a sub to Mason Mount.
Money makes.
Okay. Big 7.
Please stop. So I thought it was just Ten Hag switching up formation because we're down a goal, but he's injured yet again. Neither here nor there. We move on to the game. We were controlling the first half. A couple of opportunities where if we made the right final pass, we're through our goal. Didn't take it. Danny Welbeck gets a tap in. No big deal. We come right back. Rashford scores a lucky goal. Gets called back for offsides. Second half, we all see what happened. Amad Diallo, well done. takes on his defender, whether it was going in or not, takes a deflection off the defender and goes in. A few minutes later, Garnacho's on. He comes in. We get it's basically like what happened in the first half with the 3v2 chance, but this time it works out. Bruno plays the ball in. I think Garnacho has scored, but no, Zirk, whatever you want to call him, wants to play.
You should know your own player's name. Be respectful.
No, I don't. I won't not be respectful.
Zirkzee. Because when he scored the winner last week, you knew his name. You knew his name last week. You knew his name last week.
Exactly.
Zirkzee wants to be the defender for Brighton all of a sudden, sliding in for no reason when he had no chance to getting that ball. And it's stupid things like that piss me off, but we score the goal, we think it's a winner, now it gets called back for an offsides. And unfortunately, we can't capitalize on any opportunities. They come in, they bring on Adingra, cross into João Pedro, and you guys saw how that went. So it was a very frustrating and irritating loss because we were the better team, and we had the game won. So I'm not gonna think too much of it, but it's an irritating loss to have because, like I said, we could control that first half, thought we had the game winner, and then lose like that, very, very irritating.
You know what's funny? If I recall, I'm pretty sure of the three of us, I'm the one who said you guys would lose. And yet here we are. Something about the Jows scoring this weekend. Something in the air. Really good. But to be fair, you guys did play pretty well. Just that in that moment of clutch and pressure at the very end, you guys, I don't know where your defense just shifted. Left João Pedro by himself on an island. Literally, there's no way he could miss that. So I don't know what y'all deals was doing. But I mean, things happen. This is why we're in the Premier League. Just take your lumps. We'll see who you guys have next week. Hopefully you guys learn and watch some film, learn from your mistake.
Liverpool.
Never mind.
Well, I'm gonna try not to be too harsh. So for me, I think you guys played well. It was a good performance, but you didn't get the result. And I know we talked at halftime of why, and I asked the question of why didn't Zirkzee start? Because for me, he just scored the game winner last week. He's the only healthy striker that you guys have. I fully understand that you're trying to do this press thing. I get it. But it's like, sometimes as a manager, you shouldn't overthink it. You don't have a striker. You're the only one that you have scored a game winner. You start him next week. It's very simple. So I think it's like the fact that you didn't have him or start him, it set you back because once halftime comes around, that's when the game for you guys really starts because it's like now you have a striker. I think if you put him in from the beginning, I think the result would have been different, in my opinion. Because I think Zirkzee showed last week that he has the quality to be involved in the game, link up, and when the opportunity presents itself, to finish. So I think that was a mistake that Ten Hag made. And I did also have a conversation with Fred. He's another Man U fan, and I've played soccer with him for years. We've been good friends for years. Talk soccer a long time. He called me after the game, and he said this is his specific issue with Erik Ten Hag. He waits until things go bad before he makes changes. right? And when he said that, I asked him, why do you say that? He said, why is Harry Maguire still starting when we bought DeLitt? And that's a fair question, because if I'm not mistaken, Harry was at fault for one of the goals, right? His positioning.
He could have cleared the ball out. I don't know why he let it go.
The Welbeck one, yeah.
Okay, yep. So it's like that's a valid point, because you brought in I think Mazraoui, the right back, and he's been starting. So I said to Fred, like, yo, sometimes when a player comes, needs to transition period, blah, 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 learn the system, blah, blah, blah. But then Fred said that that doesn't make sense, because DeLitt and Mazraoui were on the plane together to Manchester. They signed their contracts together. They took their pictures together. So why is Mazraoui starting and why isn't DeLitt starting? So that's
that's an easy answer.
What is the answer?
You see how Diego Dallo is playing left back. We just have no one else to play that position. Whereas for center backs, we actually do have backup that's been playing well. Don't forget, Harry Maguire did play well last year. November's
okay. So that was a full year ago, my brother. I got leave that one.
First of all, I am not a Harry Maguire fan. I'm just saying, let's not forget Harry Maguire played well last season.
No, I get that, but over his tenure at Manchester United, we know that he's been very weak defensively and at fault for a lot of goals. So
the Mazraoui
I
thing
think
is an easy answer. We just have no one else.
Who else do you have?
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
No, but who else? So Malacia is the only left back that you have outside of Dallo.
Luke Shaw, Malacia,
and he's hurt. Luke Shaw's hurt as well.
Both hurt.
They're somewhere I don't know. They're unavailable. We have no other right back. Diego Dallo. He had to go to the left. Now it's just if he goes down, I don't know who. Maybe you or Francis can figure out which one of you guys wants to play right back.
They'll throw me in at right back.
Yeah.
Put me at left back, then move Dallo back to the right.
Yeah, please. Left back. But that's the easy answer. It's not. I don't think it's a matter of we literally have no one else for those positions, so he has to get thrown in there.
Got you. Okay. So now, but then his other point was also with Xerxes. Why not just start him from the front? Your thing is tactics because you want high press, this, that, and the third. I get that to a certain extent.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I want to start Mount. Right. No.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, because to me, it just makes more sense
to have actual striker on the field.
Exactly. So
and
now,
even in the group chat, I've been texting. Why did we get Xerxes for if he's not gonna start?
No, yeah. So now it's really to Fred's point, he's gonna make the changes next week after a bad result has happened. When his thing is reactive managing versus proactive managing. You get what I'm saying? So that's more so what I have to say. Shout out to Danny Welbeck.
100th goal.
Scoring his 100th goal against his former team.
You'd love to see it.
Which is crazy.
You'd love to see it.
He's like, what, 34 now?
He's up there now. I don't know the
exact age. 34.
Yeah, 34. Yeah, so it was a bad loss by you guys. I think you guys could have found a way to win or tie, but you didn't. It's early in the season, so we move on to next week. Hopefully, things get better. But just be more. The only comment I have is just be more proactive with managing. Don't wait till things go wrong to change stuff. Just if you have a striker and you don't have anyone else healthy, and you have one healthy striker, just start him. Just start him. You bought DeLitt for however many, I think 40, 45, 50 mil. I get Maguire played well last year. Just start DeLitt. Just start him.
And I'm also not convinced on DeLitt. but we shall see. Like I've said.
Yikes.
Hey, I mean, he's familiar with the manager.
That's his boy.
That's his boy. They have history together. And you guys need to improve at the center back position, especially on the right side since you lost Varane. Because if Varane's there, Maguire's not starting. So I don't. That's why in my head, you bought De Ligt for that reason. So just start him. So.
Thank you for your services, Varane. He got hurt his first game for his new club.
At Como,
Next,
right?
yeah. Next topic.
All right. Hey, I don't know if I have good reception. Can y'all call me? Can you call me?
I will not be calling you, but
Hey, let me start by saying this. This coming into this weekend, this was a big game because Villa beat us home and away last year, and it was rough to see that because they beat us in December in a game where I felt we should have been able to win because they scored in the first 5 minutes, didn't do anything for the rest of the game, and then in April, at a very crucial time of the season where it put a dent in our title hopes. And we performed well in the first half, just couldn't finish, and then they caught us twice, and then they ultimately won the game. And the takeaways from those two games, was the games are won and lost in the penalty box. It's a matter of if you get the opportunity to score, you need to score. And if you don't, you're going to lose. And it's funny because if you look at this weekend, how things happen. When we got our opportunities to score, we scored. When Villa got theirs, they didn't. I give Ollie Watkins a lot of credit because I think he's a good player. He's shown a lot of promise since he's gotten to the Prem and has gotten onto Villa. He's even played in the Euros, scored, done great things, and I think he's a good player. But this weekend, he had too many opportunities to score, and he did not take advantage of them. And that is ultimately what led to them losing. Because if they score one or two of those goals, that's way before we score. And they're at home, that makes the game way more difficult for us. But I was happy to see that Trossard came on and scored. Saka looks to be really heavily involved. He's active early this season. I love to see it. And shout out to Thomas Partey for scoring that goal. He didn't look too good this game. And I told you guys, I spoke to y'all about it halftime and post game. He looks old. He looks weak and slow compared to what I'm used to seeing from him. That guy, Morgan Rogers,
that guy said
he was brushing him off, dribbling, running by him. Every time I looked at Thomas Partey when he was defending him, he was 4 or 5 yards away or sliding, and the guy's running away from him every time. But hey, we move. Yeah, ultimately great performance away from home. We don't look weak, and we look like we're up for the fight. The physical side of the game, no matter who we're up against, and I just want to see that continue. Yeah, good game, good result early in the season.
that's what we expect to see from the team that's going to win the Prem, right? Coming into a hostile environment. Coming into a hostile
these are the games that
handling the business.
These are games you got to win. Yep.
Absolutely. Y'all did what you had to do. This wasn't going to be an easy game whatsoever. We know Aston Villa right now, their team they have a lot of quality on their team. So you guys coming in and righting the mistakes that happened from last year and showing them, and not only showing them, but this is going to be kind of a low-key stamp to everybody else in the Prem. Let's go this year. We're serious. So it was a good performance from you guys to handle business away from home, showcase it early, take charge, and show Arsenal's here for this year. overall.
Yeah, good win. Real quick, I would say the first half, like Aston Villa's plan was to make you guys uncomfortable. In years past, there's little chippy fouls and getting under Arsenal's skin and kind of trying to bully them, be physical, has shown to yield results against Arsenal. But the last couple of seasons, that's not been the case. I feel like the first half showed that. They tackled you, you tackled back. They pushed, you shoved back. So that set the tone for the game. It was a very chippy first half. It wasn't pretty to watch.
Very ugly.
Yeah, the second half, you guys came out and that goal was huge, opening things up. But yeah, Ollie Watkins. I mean, the first one, I don't know what that was, where Gabriel lost the ball, and then he just missed it to the left or to the right of the goalkeeper, and then with the rebound off of the Raya
header,
it hit the crossbar, and then all I had to do was head that in. Ollie Watkins last year isn't missing those two opportunities, and so yeah, it'll be interesting to just kind of see how his season goes. Like I mentioned to you guys, I'm wondering if it's going to be just a wonder year thing or if he's going to be
consistent.
One of those consistent strikers, 15 to 20 goals season striker. But yeah, good win by Arsenal to show that a team that you guys have struggled with, it's a good check in a box towards a championship run.
Yeah. One thing I have to make sure that I comment on. I was very disappointed with two players in this game, Martinelli and Declan Rice. I think that they both had very poor games. Martinelli, I think he was ineffective the majority of the game. He just lacks decisiveness. I really wanted us to pick up Pedro Neto because I feel like he's very direct and decisive in what he wants to do. And Martinelli just, over the past 2 years, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't look decisive. Dex, probably just an off game. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't doing anything up until we scored. And maybe it's just the way that Villa was defending us. I'm not sure, but those two players just didn't look good to me. All right. Well, we'll hop into the next segment. Transfers. Well, this is the last week of the transfer window. Closes on August 30th. That's August 31st at 11:59 p.m. Talk to us. What's going on in you guys' world? Chelsea? You guys are working on more signings.
Yeah. Right now, the major thing that's happened, finally, we've got the Ornstein bomb, the Fabrizio here we go. Romelu Lukaku is finally gone from my club. There is a guy. He's finally gone. He's going to Napoli. He's going to be with Conte. Do your thing out there. Right now, things are still no actual like new news yet from the potential top striker situation. I don't want to say his name yet because I don't want to bring back karma. But yeah, no new news from the type striker situation. But that's all we have right now.
Yeah, for us, it's the same from last week. Ugarte, looks like that deal is pretty much wrapped up. We just need Scotty too hottie. Let's have a moment. A lot of people have talked about Scott McTominay's skill level and is he a Manchester United level type player. And I say this. Find me a guy that's going to win you a game. Like a Scotty too hottie. You guys know I'm high on him. Listen, he's a limited player, but there's one thing you can't ever say. He always plays hard. He's always going to play for the badge. And that resulted in him achieving beyond what his skill level said. He came on certain games. I believe it was the games he won last year gave us 12 points. So just huge turnaround when he came in. So if it is that he has to go, it's looking like 30 million. Napoli, that's just what's pending the Ugarte deal. Thank you, Scott McTominay. I'll never forget you.
Napoli's really loading up. Can't front.
Yeah, and watch how he does in a league like Italy. Like he can be. Very,
I think that league is way more suited for him because he's very. Go ahead.
Athletic. No.
Yeah, he's very athletic.
Yeah, athletic.
He's an athletic player, and it's going to show in France. Because if you're athletic in France, you tend to do well. So he'll have more time and space on the ball. Oh, sorry, Italy. My bad. Italy.
Geography 101.
Really?
My bad. I'm still sick. I'm trying to fight this bug. I beg you.
Hey, yo.
Easy on my own. Hey, I went to the Central Connecticut State University.
Don't
Watch
you
your
dare
mouth.
Watch out.
Watch your mouth.
How y'all do it? See?
Don't you dare.
But yeah, looking forward to, good luck to him in his career. And Ugarte, if it is what it is, welcome. And yeah, let's get going.
Okay, on the Arsenal front, not too much. I told y'all last week that Fabrizio put the eyes on that tweet with Mikel Moreno. Looks like his medical just got done a couple of days ago, so he's going to be coming in. And we got a couple more days before the end of the window. We just sent Fabio Vieira out on loan. We're trying to get Eddie out. It looks like his deal with Nottingham Forest just collapsed. So it looks like we're going to try and see if we can ship him off to Crystal Palace. That's the next club that looks to be interested in him. Trying to get that 30 mil out of somebody, and hopefully we get it, because I think 30 mil is a fair price for a player like him. But yeah, I'm hoping that there is another move that we could find a way to make, and I would love for it to be like an attacking midfielder or maybe even a winger type of signing. Somebody who's like a prime example of who I think we should try and sign right now, since we're not going to get a striker. If we can find a way to get Eze from Palace, that'd be a nice move.
That's never going to happen.
That would be a... Listen, I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be him. I'm saying that type of player where he can play, plug and play in multiple different positions and affect the game. A difference maker. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been linked with Nico Williams a lot of the summer. Mm-hmm. He has a $60 million release clause. If we get rid of Eddie, maybe we can make it happen. I don't know, but we'll see.
I did forget one player, Palistri. He's gone as well to Panathinaikos. Good luck to him.
Oh yes.
I thought he could have definitely fought for some minutes this year, but yeah.
I don't think Ten Hag likes him.
Yeah, I don't either.
Ten Hag specifically doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Because I think he's good enough. There's a reason why, no matter how much he plays, he still goes and plays for Uruguay.
Right.
There's
I don't know what it is. He's not a... With his playing style, he's not going to beat you for pace. He's not going to beat you for skill. He's a clever player, but I don't know if he's like a true, type of winger that Ten Hag probably is looking for. You know what I mean? So
dynamic winger.
Yeah, I love how he plays. I love his game, but I don't think it fits our system. So all the best to him, and internationally, they love him. He's a starter, so we'll look forward to seeing how his career progresses.
All right, we'll hop into the last segment. A look into next week, upcoming games. Talk to me, boys. Who y'all got? Francis, talk to me, my boy.
We got, let me confirm, but I'm pretty sure we have Crystal Palace at home. Yes, on next Sunday.
8:30 on Sunday.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Crystal Palace on home. I expect to see the exact same starting lineup that came out from today. I wouldn't change anything right now. I mean, if anything, I take it back. The one thing you could change is the back line, the two center backs. I get that.
No, take out Mikhailo Mudryk. I don't even. I'm sorry. I don't care what you're
that's fair.
saying. Take out
No,
Mudryk
that's
and
fair.
put Neto in.
No, you're right. You're right. I definitely forgot about that. I think, that should definitely be probably Jackson up front. Cole on the 10. Right is Madueke. You can put what's it called? Pedro on the left. And then the midfield. The only thing is that Lavia looks like he has a potential, like a little hamstring injury. That's why he didn't play at all today. So that's what it is right now. But besides that,
Picked up in training or the last game?
training. Yeah, so let's let it run. Straight up. We're home. Momentum off of this big win. Crystal Palace is Crystal Palace. I'm gonna go 2-0 Chelsea.
I'll go 3-0 Chelsea. Crystal Palace, back-to-back losses. They haven't looked like they were looking end of last season. A bit shocked at how they started. I think they were your surprise team, right, Francis? Like dark horse team.
Yeah, his dark horse.
Them and Fulham.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at how they've started so far. But they're one of those teams that they could piece it together. And I don't want them to play Sarr. I don't know why they got him for it. They're not going to play him more than they are. I think he's a very dynamic player, proven in the Prem. So, yeah, I'll go 3-0 Chelsea.
I'm going 3-3 draw. The reason why I go with that score, and it's not even me hating. Like I said when you talk about the Wolves game today, I don't know if it's goods Chelsea or bad Wolves, and lack of consistency thing. You guys had a really good game last week. You played well against City. You lost. You had a good game this week. You won. I don't think just yet that you guys will have the consistency to string together 3 good performances.
Okay. That's fine. Your opinion?
So I'm going 3-3.
Actually, I want to change mine. I don't trust your backline at all to keep a clean sheet. 3-1.
That's fair.
You guys looked really open today. I don't know why you're so
It was
confident
crazy
with the 3-0. Yeah, you were wide open.
It was actually crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, that's fine. We move.
Kenny?
Tough week. We played Liverpool.
You'll never walk alone.
The interesting thing is, and I want to talk about this with you guys. Watching today's game, I don't know if you guys caught the Liverpool game, and even last week, they played very different. They're very, very defensive focused, and not conceding. So it's going to be interesting. I think that will suit playing against us versus previous years where they just
onslaught
killed us. Yeah. So I think this is going to be a closer game. I'm hoping. I don't think Hodgson's going to be back. But yeah, I'm just hoping for returns of I got to see what Mason Mount's knock injury is. But yeah, hopefully, we start Xerxes, and I will go 2-2 draw.
Is this home at Old Trafford or it's Old Trafford?
Old Trafford.
Home.
Okay, you're lucky.
Doesn't matter.
I will, because you guys are at home though. I'm gonna go. I will go. I can see a 2-2. I can see it 2. I want to actually really say Liverpool will actually win 2-1, but I feel like this might be one of them where you guys score a last minute goal, actually tie it up and get a point. So I'll go 2-2.
I'm gonna go 3-2 Liverpool. I get what you're saying about how they look more defensive. I actually watched the Liverpool game today too, against Brentford. I don't know. The drop off in what I was expecting from Klopp to Slot wasn't as big. It's just a change in style. And I don't know. I don't know. Unless Ten Hag does what I think he should do, I just don't see you guys winning. So, like, I want to say 3-2 Liverpool, but at the same time, I feel like it could be a draw. But I don't know. I just don't feel that you guys will win. So I'm gonna go with 3-2 Liverpool. Because they're not gonna shut you guys out at home. I don't think, at least. But I do think that you guys will. I don't think that you guys will win.
I'm not gonna lie. If we come back next week and this is one of them, was when they beat you guys 7-0 at Old Trafford? Was it 7-0, 6-0?
I think it was 8. Was it 8?
They ended up scoring 8.
Nah, I could have sworn
turned
it
it
was
off.
6. Yeah.
I turned it off.
No,
at
I think
5.
I'm not even trying to be. I think it was 8.
I don't think it was 8.
I don't think it was 8.
It was like 6 or 7-0. If it was one of them, 7. Salah was ripping you people to shreds.
That's when Maguire.
I apologize. You're right. It was 7-0.
Yeah,
It was.
7-0.
I just looked it up. 7-0.
Yeah.
7.
We'll see if that happens.
I stopped at 5. It won't.
All right.
Yeah, it won't.
All right.
But yeah, should be a good game. We're gonna be up for it. Keying on Marcus Rashford, I think this might be his a little coming
Breakout
out
game?
party. Yeah, he
Gotcha.
tends to, especially going up against
Play well
Trent.
against the big clubs.
Yeah, and going up against Trent, I think he'll have a little bit of more of a step to his game. So hopefully,
Fair.
we find him running in behind the defense. Please, Casemiro, practice that this week.
Okay. All right. The last game. It's gonna be us against Brighton at the Emirates. It's gonna be an early one, 7:30. We're gonna be
Welcome
coming back
to my
from the
world.
shop.
Hey, what I said last
gonna
week
be
about them
coming back-
7:30s.
I'm gonna be coming back from the Shake concert, so this is gonna be a rough one. So I'll see if I'll be. I'll wake up, but I don't know how locked in I'll be. It's at home. I don't think this will be a crazy game that we'll struggle in. This Brighton doesn't give me any nervousness or fear like the what's the old manager's name?
Zerbi?
Zerbi. Yeah, that Brighton gave me more nervousness or fear than this one. So I think that this will be a standard win. I think we'll win probably 2 or 3-0.
What did I say last week about 7:30s? 1-1.
You think what? It's 7:30, so
That early kickoff for
anything
big
can
teams.
happen.
Yeah, that early. It's just how it is. I don't understand it, but it's just how it is for big clubs, including Chelsea themselves. When it comes to those early kickoffs, yeah, something's not right. But it's what it is.
Didn't
1-1.
Liverpool just beat Ipswich the first at 7:30 last week?
But Ipswich didn't play bad.
Yeah,
No, I know they didn't play bad, but they still won.
that's fine.
And then City, didn't they just play against Ipswich this weekend at 7:30?
10 o'clock.
Nah, we had the 7:30.
Oh,
Yeah.
you had the 7:30. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
10
You're right.
o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Did you say your prediction, Francis?
Yeah, 1-1.
Okay. I'll go. I want to say it's going to be a clean sheet, but I'll go 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Brighton could. They're very good with kind of surprise you a little bit. Matoma has been playing well. They need to definitely put in a Dingra a little earlier in the game. They have some key players that can cause some issues. So I'll go with 3-1, but yeah, I agree with EJ. It's going to be one of those kind of standard wins and just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, all right, boys. This is another episode of the Banter 3 FC podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Any last words for the people?
Glory, glory, Manchester United.
Keep the blue flag flying high.
Farewell, Scotty Too Hottie.
Come on, you
Real.
Blues.
Call me. All right, y'all be safe.
All right.